Changing out here, unbaking the cake, bashing down the house you built is futile. So you go within. You think differently of yourself, of the situation and of them. You live within that world internally until this world changes. Until this world, not changes, is externalized. So your inner world is externalized, not really changing, it's reflecting. The inner gets externalized. All right, guys, let's do a LOS lesson about this. Scripting for self, when it finally clicks and you take the focus off your specific person and everything external and go within, focusing 100% on self-concept. So in this LOS lesson, we're going to talk about why you would want to focus 100% on self-concept, why you would want to take your focus off what's happening out here with a specific person or anything else externally in your 3D reality. Now, this person specifically asked about scripting, and probably the reason for that is I talk about me scripting quite a bit. When I'm in a crisis or when I'm really triggered, I will script. Now, I have actually got out my scripting journal before on my squad lives, and if you want to come and join me in a more personal live, you can come and join me in the squad on a Thursday, and I will answer your questions. You can write a big, fat, long question, and sometimes I will discuss what's going on with me, not necessarily in depth, but I might talk about how I might have scripted something or someone said something I scripted, etc. And I'm telling you right now, my scripting journals are like this, and I'll finish one and do another one. Now, I don't script all the time, but it's just if something's happening that I don't like, okay, or behavior from someone I don't like. Now, having said that, you don't have to script, but I do sometimes when I'm triggered, okay? This person's asking about taking your focus off your specific person and the external world. Now, let's just go back to that for a second and why you want to do that. Why would you want to take your attention away from the external world? Because you understand, when this finally clicks, that your external world is simply a reflection, a mirror of what's going on within. As they said here, within you. And it can only be as you are being, as you are imagining, the state you are consistently in gets reflected out. So if you're in a state of being unwanted, you will still be unwanted in your 3D reality by your specific person. If you're in a state of feeling constantly rejected, they'll reject you in some horrible way. If you're in a state of being in a long distance with them, the distance will remain. If you feel abandoned by them, they'll do behaviors that look like abandonment. If you fear being hurt, they'll hurt you. If you've got a story things won't work out, things don't work out in your 3D reality. If you've got a story that it's taking a long time, it'll take longer. Everything out here is a reflection of what's going on in here. That is why there is no point paying attention to it, because it is the result. And you've got to work on the solution to change the result. Okay? The ingredients that create the result. You are the bearer of the ingredients. You are the keeper of the keys to the kingdom out here. You are the creator of that reflection. Therefore, there is no point paying attention to it, whatever's happening externally, because it's simply old. It's already done. It's already there. It's been made manifest by you. There's no point trying to change it. It's like you chipped away at a statue and then the statue is there and now you're trying to change the statue, but it's already completed. You completed your artwork. There it is. No point. Go back to the drawing board. Make another statue. You know what I mean? You already baked the cake. You can't unbake it. You already did all the mortar and the bricks and built the house. No point knocking the house down. Build another house. Okay? So a lot of you are worried about what's happening out here, not understanding that you've built the house, now go back and rebuild to create a new house. Ignore that house. Is anyone getting these analogies I'm using? Houses, cakes, there's a lot. So this person's saying, when it finally clicked and you take the focus off your specific person and everything external and go within, focusing 100% on self-concept. So if we realize that it's all us and there is nothing external that we can change, then what we have to change is us, because it is a reflection out here, the external of us. Therefore, trying to change the other, the person, the external is futile because it came from us. Therefore, if we focus 100% on us, on changing our story about it, about them, about us, it will change because it's a reflection of us. Are you getting this? If you don't understand what I'm saying and you think your specific person, the external world, the people within it are making their own decisions right now, you are not understanding they have no free will. And I've created a course called the No Free Will Master Course, and it's inside my Subconscious Laws Squad right now, my private membership group, and you get it as part of your $50 membership, or $35 if you join for the full year. It's $35 monthly, which I highly recommend because you're kept accountable in there, and you get a course or challenge every month. Plus I go live, there's mentors, all the things. If you do that course, you will understand from the first video to the 6th video up until now, the upcoming one where I give you a rampage that you understand no free will. You will finally get there's no point changing out here with that course, that they have no free will, that they are only doing your will. They're reflecting your will. That's all. So when you get that, changing out here, unbaking the cake, bashing down the house you built is futile. So you go within. You think differently of yourself, of the situation and of them. You live within that world internally until this world changes. Until this world not changes, is externalized. So your inner world is externalized, not really changing, it's reflecting. The inner gets externalized. As Neville Goddard says, wait until it's externalized in your world. The internal goes external. So many of you don't really get that, and that's why you're trying to change it. If you understand that it's like you had all the furniture in your house and one day you just put it all outside. The internal became external outdoor furniture. You're the one who put it there. You stuck all your furniture from inside your house outside. It went external. That's all it is. And then you're staring at your sofa getting rained on and birds shitting on your dining room suite, and you think, the fuck is it doing out there? Oh, I put it there. I made the internal inside my house of me external. Fuck. Gotta go buy some new furniture now. I'm full of analogies tonight, guys. You're getting this? So in order to answer this specific question about scripting, how to script, how would I understand to focus only on me internally to make the external externalized? Well, what I would do is I would write as if in my journal or anywhere that you want to write, as if it is already done, as if it has already changed, as if I am now the new me. So I would see the world from the eyeballs of the me that would see that external world. So as I'm writing as the new me. Isn't it wonderful that XYZ has happened? Isn't it so great that they said this to me? Or they did this? Or I feel like this now? Or I experienced this? So you'll write down what you're experiencing, what you're hearing, what you see, what you feel even. You can put feelings if you want to. From the perspective of the writer of you. You're perceiving the world from your eyeballs and writing it in the first person perspective. I now this. This has happened to me. Right? Not Lauren this, Lauren that, Loz this, Loz that. First person. I, they, this. Just like you would if you're writing a story from the first person perspective. Now, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be first person. You could say, I'm seeing my world and in it, You could write it like that, but it doesn't really matter. It's from your experience. You understanding? And that's where you could really hone in on and make sure you're focusing on you whilst writing. I will write down what I hear someone say, what I see someone do, the way it is now, what I'm experiencing, as if it has already occurred. Or it's changing, if you want to write it that way. It depends how it works for you. I can't tell you guys a definitive way to do stuff because I don't know what will suit you. All I know is what works for my following, has worked for years and years, and that is live in the end as if it has already occurred. It is done, not it's coming. However, if it's easier for you to imagine it's coming, or they're changing, because they're not changing, they're reflecting, then write it that way, think of it that way, affirm it that way, if that's easier for you, okay? Are you guys understanding this? Who is not getting it? Who doesn't do scripting? Anyone here not interested in scripting? Every time you speak, I actually hear you. I've never felt that way about any other coach. Oh, wonderful, darling. That's great. I love the analogies you come up with. I think I've come up with like 50 in this live. I've been listening to your Enough and Chosen sleep tape and I've never felt better. Oh, I've never felt better. Wonderful, darling. Have you ever heard that Neville lecture? He's like, Neville, I've never felt better. He always describes people saying, I did this and I've just never felt better. He says, if you want to imagine them coming up to you and saying, well, I've never felt better. It's just that I've listened to Neville so many times. I could just hear Neville saying that when you said that. Off topic, lol, but I really love the art behind you. Every live, I look at it. Oh, my grandma sketched it. We had the same birthday. That is her sketch. Her signature is at the bottom here. There is also another one over there on my wall. They're a bit small for the wall, but there's also another one over there. Can you see it? She's very talented. I don't like scripting. Makes me feel tense or urgent. Well, don't do it then, darling. Don't do it. If self-concept is so important, why don't you say it more? Makes it every title. Make it every title. Darling, have you seen the name of my account? What do you mean, if it's so important? What, you think the title of the video matters? Everything I'm teaching you is awareness. I don't have to put the words self-concept in the title for you to understand what I'm teaching you. Or you need me to write self-concept in every single title for you to understand this because your comprehension skills are so fucking low. Like, I'm confused. Are you watching the videos or are you just looking at the title? Self-concept is all there is. Exactly, darling. It's just your awareness of self. Not quite sure what you want me to do with the titles. I'm not quite sure what the relevance is. How to handle the thought/doubt, what if it will never happen? Well, then it won't for you, Sarah. It won't. Because you don't get this. You've decided it won't, so it won't. So I can't help you. What are your thoughts on I am awareness, non-duality versus LOA? Sasha, you're very confused, darling. I am only teaching you awareness. Your I am awareness. What do you mean? That's all I'm teaching you. If anyone's not teaching you that and they think they're a law of assumption coach, they're not understanding what assumption means. If a person isn't teaching you that manifestation should simply be called awareness, what you are aware of manifests, then you're probably really watching the wrong people. That there is no separation and it can only be as you are. That's it. That's all I'm teaching. And if you're watching anyone who's not teaching that, I would highly recommend you stop watching them. Everything I've scripted so far came true. I call it the magic book now, lol. Wonderful, darling. I did read out one of my journals at the beginning of the year to someone and they did say to me, are you a witch? Because everything in the book came true. Even words came out of people's mouths, like really important people. They were like, but that's what they said. I went, yeah, I know. And they were like, scripting works wonders. Guys, I do it all the time when I'm triggered. I have a scripting journal right in my bedside. Put it away when the cleaner comes. SP is still distant. I don't know what to do. We'll stop being aware of the distance. That's why they're distant. You just wrote down your awareness, so they can only be what you're aware of. And you're aware they're distant. You've got a story that they're distant. You've got reasons in your mind as to why they're distant, so they can only be distant. Come and do my No Free Will course in my squad right now, darling. You're very confused. That's why you don't know what to do. What's this? You once said your dad won the lottery. How much did he win? So my parents won together, and but he bought the ticket, I guess. And he said to the person, "I'm going to win the lottery," when he paid for the ticket, and the guy went, he goes, "I'm not going out." What happened was there was a crash of a front end loader on the wharf that he was working on. This big machine fell, I think, on somebody, and everyone went running outside. And instead of running outside, he rang the news. And when you used to ring the news in those days, you used to get like £2 for your 2 shillings or something to say to be your tip, your news tip. And he said, they said, "Oh, ain't coming." He said, "No, I'm going to use this news tip money and win the lotto." And they went, "Whatever." And he did. And the ticket was called Front End Loader. He put it down as Front End Loader, not their name. And they won the equivalent at the time, a couple of £100,000 at the time, which would have been at the time before I was born, in the early 70s, of like $1 million. And they spent it within 2 years. Traveling the world, living in America and England, and because my parents used to love blowing money. So it didn't matter that they won. They were still going to blow it, because that's what people do when they don't change their money mindset, even if they get the money. But he did manifest it, yes. I should get him on one day, except he lives in Bali now, so I can't exactly get him sitting next to me. What's this? I'm aware of my thoughts, and self-concept is good, but I wake up some mornings and don't want SP back. Well, then don't want them back, Pamela. Sometimes if you don't want them, guys, it means you don't want it. I can't imagine not wanting the person I love. So don't want them then. So many of you are so determined to keep wanting the person you started manifesting. Even when you don't want them anymore, you're still doing it. What? Change your mind. Is normal to miss SP when manifesting him, celebrating holidays without him? Well, try not to. I mean, yes, it's normal, but that's in the state of he's not here. How do you go about selecting a new self-concept? What do you mean? Selecting it? Well, you can select a new reality in which you are different, yes, but Sasha, you sound a bit confused. Are you watching a lot of people telling you to select a reality, are you? It's just what you're aware of, darling. Are you aware of these thoughts or these thoughts? That's it. But you can select a new you if you want. Like you're selecting off a shelf, yes. But are you going to stick to the new selection? Or are you going to go back to your old selection? I ask you. What's this? How to see the world as a chosen and lovable person. Okay. If you have a story that you aren't enough in some way, you will constantly encounter realities in which you are not chosen for something. And you must now see the world through the eyeballs of you being the chosen person in each scenario. So whether it's being chosen for a house or a job or in a relationship, you imagine yourself to be the chosen person by imagining scenarios or hearing what they would say or what you would experience if you were the chosen person rather than the not chosen person. And when stories arise in your mind as to why you won't be chosen or why it will happen again or why it won't work out, that is still the old you, the unchosen, I'm not good enough, things don't work out for me, I've done something wrong you. So you've got to counter those thoughts when they come up because they are still from the old awareness of you. Same with if you feel unlovable. You've got a story that you won't be loved for X, Y, Z reason. Why? Grapple with that. Ask yourself why. Sit with it. Argue with it. Change it. Because until you see yourself as a person who can be loved, is lovable, people will show up in your reality loving someone else. Or treating you, being even with you, but treating you as unlovable in some way. Like cheating on you or treating you like crap. Or not giving you the love, time, attention, and affection you crave, even though you're in the relationship. Understand? Ratio of self-concept affirmations to SP affirmations, 90-10. Look, I used to say 80-20, right? Back in the day. But I don't like giving definitives like that. When I first started out this account, I was more definitive in what I would say. Like, don't call them, don't pursue people, don't this and that. And now I'm like, that's ridiculous, because you can call your SP all you like. It's your assumption about what you're doing that matters. You can do all SP affirmations if you really want to, if it's from the state of you being the chosen, lovable person. However, I would prefer most of you focus on you, because your awareness is so focused on your specific person right now. I know it is. That's why I used to give those kind of definitives, but it doesn't really matter. It only matters if you think it does. Does that make sense? How to get hacked account email back and money that was taken from it. So just imagine having the money back, or imagine telling me you're a success and how you got it back. Imagine telling someone that it's all resolved. Makes sense? SP broke up. We'll see him now overwhelmed right now. How could I handle this situation the best? Guys, if you've just been broken up with, I have a course called Back and Begging. It's all about getting your specific person back. I'll put it here when it's on YouTube. That's my most popular course. Still, ever since we've done it, it's my most popular. And in that course, I teach you to understand that you created that situation and how to uncreate it, and how to forgive them and yourself for the situation. Because when you are aware that you created it, you can uncreate it. So are you aware, darling, of the thoughts you were having prior to being broken up with, the fears you were holding internally that caused them to break up with you? No, that's why you're overwhelmed right now, because you think they made their own decision. They didn't. They were reflecting the fears you were having. What fears were you having? If you're not sure, go and do that course. It will really help you. All right, guys, is everyone getting this? Revising a mistake. Guys, you can go and revise a mistake, or you can just decide no one cares. One of the two. Go in your mind and imagine you didn't do it that way. Go in your mind and imagine a different outcome. Go in your mind and imagine no one can remember. If you really want to revise. I also have a course called Change the Past. I can put that on YouTube as well. All about revision. The art of revision. And it's not about just revising an event. Everything we're doing in manifestation, when we're changing ourselves, changing our awareness, is a revision. It is all a form of revising the old self to create the new, which creates a new reality. You understand? What if the new story we affirm sounds fake because beliefs are strong? Well, then you're fucked, darling, if you think you can't do this because of that. We all experience that. So everyone's beliefs are strong. That's why I'm called Subconscious Laws. Why do you think I started this account? Because I heard so many bitches going, just affirm 5,000 times. I'm like, I'm trying. Help. And no one was teaching me about changing me. And sometimes that can be difficult. And push through. If you're an athlete, would you just give up because you're in pain, because you jumped 100 hurdles today and your legs are hurting? Or would you keep going because you want to get to the Olympics? A lot of you are quitters. I really persisted on getting this job after my interview. I didn't end up getting it. Guys, sometimes you won't end up getting the thing you're most trying to manifest, because go back and identify the thoughts you were having as to why you won't get it. You'll know. You'll know the reason what you were thinking. You'll know. That's why. So if you can do that, you can change it. Or if you can do that so powerfully, you can get the next one by not thinking those thoughts next time. You understand? All right, guys. Please do follow me. Make sure to subscribe. And if you want to join me in the squad for the No Free Will Master Course, coming out this week is the next part 7, where I give you a recorded rampage of no free will thinking to rampage, to ramp yourself up whenever you feel like they've got the control. Take back control with the rampage. And it's a special recording inside the squad, which will be dropping this week as part of the No Free Will Master Course. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to subscribe and follow me.